Trying out my mater voice today. See how that compares. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment. If you have another accent you'd like me to try out, I'll go for that. So today, the question that I've been hearing about a little bit more lately is about my gums. What does it do if my gums is sore? Now, sore gums comes in lots of different flavors. First flavor of the gums being sore is bleeding. My gums is bleeding when I'm brushing. My gums is bleeding sometimes when I'm flossing. Sometimes my gums is just bleeding all on their lonesome, like when I'm chewing, or I'm eating, or something like that. So, first one is my gums are bleeding when I'm brushing. Number one reason why the gums is bleeding when you're brushing is you ain't brushing long enough, or you ain't brushing often enough, or you ain't brushing in the right spot. So, why does the gums bleed? Because bacteria get to growing on the gums, right where the gums meet the teeth there, or down here, anywhere where the pink and the white is coming together. That's where you got to be brushing. You got to put the toothbrush right on that line. Sometimes people get all hauling in there with the brushing on the teeth only, and they forget that they need to focus on the gums. Where the white meets the pink, that's where you got to get the action at to keep the gums healthy. And if your gums is bleeding when you're doing that, it means you ain't brushing long enough, you ain't brushing often enough, or you ain't brushing in that spot. So the fix for that's pretty easy. If it bleeds, give it a little more TLC. Stick it on that area a little bit longer. If you got a little blood on your toothbrush, go back in that area, massage the gums in that area, and that's gonna tune it up right quick. And usually in about a few days, it's gonna be feeling much better. Now, same thing if when you're flossing in there. If you're flossing in there and you get a little bit of blood on a floss, go back in there one or two more times and give it just gentle. You don't want to be sawing on the gums. If you saw on the gums, that ain't no good neither. So just gentle, and you know all them flossing tips from last time. So if you get in there with the floss and gently get in there, you clear out the plaque. If it's bleeding, do it. Spend a little more extra time in there, a little bit extra, and after about 3 or 4 days, you'll be seeing that things will be getting much better. And the last thing is making sure you're on the right angulation. Now, if it's bleeding while you eating something, maybe you need to hold off on them Doritos quite so much. No, I'm just kidding. Eat those Doritos all you want, but it just means you need to be brushing and flossing in the right spots, often enough, and long enough, and those bleeding gums will tune up. Now, if your gums is still bleeding after you've been brushing real slow, real nice and good, right on the gums, over and over for several days, might be something to see the dentist about. There's some things that can be a little bit tricky that may need some additional help. And of course, there's the last thing now that I'm thinking about it. If you're a pirate and you haven't been getting your vitamin C, you might have scurvy. And that's another reason why the gums get a little bit bleeding. But so that's for all you pirates out there. But you probably have bigger problems if you're a pirate. If you have any questions about anything I'm talking about, or there's something you'd like me to talk about, be sure to send a comment or send me an email, and I'll be happy to cover that topic. So, wish you the best. You take care, God bless, and take care of them gums.